I want to talk about rowing for a second because I think it's awesome. It's an inexpensive way to get pretty much a full body workout. It's very intense, and this is new to me, but I recently started doing longer workouts on the row. Not very long because I did 2,000 meters, which takes about 8 minutes, and then I did 3,000 meters, which takes about 12 minutes. But it is such a good workout. It is ridiculous. Before that, I only did 500-meter rows. Like I would go as hard as I can, try and get like under 2 minutes, 150, 1 minute 40 seconds if I was really going super hard. And that was like how I used that thing. And I didn't know how to pace myself and slow down. But I recently kind of got on the rower. I have a C2 at the fire station that I've been utilizing. And I did a 2,000-meter row. And then the next week I did a 3,000-meter row. And it's awesome. But that's my point. Like I did one thing one week, one thing the next week. I want to dial it in for the next 4 weeks and try and use the rowing machine literally every day, at least 6 days a week. And if not 6 days a week, 5 days a week. But I want to jump on that rowing machine and start my workout with a longer duration, at least 2,000-meter row to get me warmed up. And then I want to utilize my barbell exercises, my barbell and my rack here, and do barbell training for 4 weeks straight until June 6th. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to try and dial other things in, like my diet, and just focus on that because, again, this is what I have. But I also have other things. I have treadmill, I have a Peloton, I have dumbbells, slam balls, I have sandbags, I have kettlebells. So I don't have the time. I don't have the program laid out perfectly where I can utilize all these different training modalities into one like efficient workout. So for me right now, that's the best way to go about this. Say you're following a program, that's awesome, and you're able to like sprinkle all this different pieces of equipment into a good efficient workout. But for me, it's more efficient if I stick with like one tool and I'm getting that done. I'm going to use my dip attachment, my pull-up stuff, and probably work off some maybe banded exercises. And that's going to be my less is more minimal setup. But at the same time, I want to go the opposite way because if I was starting over my home gym, if I was starting over from scratch, I would get heavy dumbbells, heavy adjustable dumbbells. I have the Pro 50s. I would get the Pro 100s from PowerBlock, and I would get an adjustable bench. This Nighthawk bench from Rep Fitness is pretty much undeniable. And I would utilize that. And honestly, you don't need much space. You pretty much need this amount of space. You can get such a good workout with a little bit of space and a minimal setup because you're in here maybe 4, 5, 6, maybe 7 days a week. You don't need the whole kit and caboodle. You need to focus on less things and getting better workouts with the things that you do have. All these different workout modalities, kettlebells, barbells, dumbbells, like you can do every exercise that you want to do with them. Having all of it is cool, but then you start getting, things get convoluted and you're like, what do I want to, I want to work on rotational stuff, but I want to do barbell. It gets overwhelming a little bit having all this different equipment. If you have and follow a good training program, let me know in the comments down below. It's something that I'm kind of like working on myself, if I can sit down and like find the time to like figure out what really works best for me. But for right now, it's like focusing on like one piece of equipment for an extended period of time. I feel like that's going to be the most beneficial for me. So 85% of my work is going to be that barbell power rack training. And if you were to start a home gym and you went with a power rack and a barbell and weight plates and all that stuff, this is something you could do as well. You're just starting out and you're like, well, I like the power rack. I like training like that and doing those main compound lifts because that's going to get you strong, right? That's going to do all the things necessary. So a lot of people recommend that's how you start your home gym, and whatever works for you, that's how you should truly start. But this could be you and your setup. And then if you had the funds or whatever and you wanted to add a machine, the rower's nice because you don't need a cord. It can stand up out of the way. It doesn't take up a lot of space, and you can find them relatively cheap on Marketplace or whatever the case may be. You can get this budget Marake Fitness rower that I reviewed, but it's less expensive than a treadmill. Obviously less expensive than like a freaking Peloton. So I feel like that in and of itself makes for a good less is more. You can do a less is more home gym setup with a pair of adjustable dumbbells and adjustable bench. You could do a less is more home gym setup with some cardio pieces of equipment like I have here. You could get a less is more home gym setup with a cable machine. So you can get a less is more home gym setup with bands. You can get a less is more home gym setup with whatever you want. That could be beneficial to somebody who's been trying to sprinkle in for the past 6 years or the past 4 years, somebody who's trying to sprinkle in all these different things into their workout, and you're like, all right, that was cool. I kind of hit up every piece of equipment I had in my home gym. Let's focus on efficiency now. Let's stick with the same tool. Let's grow with the same tool for 4 weeks or so. That gives us plenty of time to really dial it in, increase the intensity. Maybe you'll see results that way. It's like we're going to be here forever. We might as well kind of focus in and see if we try something new, if that'll help. So let me know down in the comments what you think. If you think this is a cool idea, kind of just dialing it in and focusing on one piece of equipment for an extended period of time, seeing if that gives you better results. And thanks for watching.